Master Farad said to us, if you black people will unite yourself together and become brothers and sisters under your own flag in the Nation of Islam, these people here couldn't fight you. They'll be too scared to try, and they'll go jump in the lake themselves.
Master W.D. Farad is the only one I can see to come and bring us the truth and save both you and me. No man ever under the sun was predicted to be, to bring us the Holy Quran and take us across the sea. He is the savior of the world, no other one to come. We are waiting for that day he'll take us all back home. The Master is all this world to me. I have found no better friend. Oh, how dearly, dearly we love to see the time nearly to an end. Justice we have never had, till Master Farad came. Oh, how it makes a Muslim mad to be called that old slave name. Oh, how I love thee, Master. My love I can't express. I'll live the life of a Muslim, waiting for that blessed best. The Master taught us not to fear, whatever the devil should say. We are the supreme beings of planet Earth, and we are here to stay. The Master taught us who we are, and what our name should be. He taught us who the white man is, what he did to you and me. He taught us what's up above, up in the starry sky. Our blessings we will get right here, not wait until we die. Islam is our motto, and true to it I'll be. Oh, Master W.D. Farad, help me cling to thee.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to part 2 of the documentary series, Master Farad Muhammad, by your brother, Khan, preserver of the teachings and history of W.D. Farad. I am deeply honored to unveil unseen documents from the 1930s, preserved by Supreme Minister John Muhammad and entrusted to his son, Farquan Muhammad. The artifacts you're about to see are a brief preview from the Know Thyself Global Lessons exhibition, Keeper of the Word Foundation with Circle of Knowledge, presented by Gregory Reed and Farquan Muhammad. Attorney Gregory Reed, a dedicated preserver of Black history, has curated a historical exhibition in Detroit to safeguard the legacy of the Nation of Islam and expose it to a new audience. The documents, provided by the estate of John and Bernstein Muhammad, detail the naturalization process of the Nation of Islam, as well as the inner workings of the University of Islam. All of the accounts given in this film are by people who knew or encountered W.D. Farad personally. All videos in this film, other than the recordings of Supreme Minister John Muhammad, are simulated depictions of events made with artificial intelligence. All narrations with this voice, as well as the narration of reformer Bernstein Sharif Muhammad, are not the actual voices of the quoted person. To better understand the lectures and narrations, click the captions button to display synchronized subtitles. I would like to thank Gregory Reed and Farquan Muhammad for allowing me to showcase the following historical documents. I would like to thank Salam Allah, trusted recording engineer of John Muhammad, for providing the recordings of the Supreme Minister. All of the following lectures can be found on the YouTube channel entitled Supreme Minister John Muhammad. These brothers are working hard to preserve the history, teachings, and tradition of Master Farad Muhammad and his messenger, Elijah Muhammad. I must also thank Supreme Minister John Muhammad, reformer Bernstein Sharif Muhammad, and all of the early pioneers of the Nation of Islam who made it possible to have the life-giving teachings of Islam today. Most of all, I would like to thank the Messenger of Allah, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Allah Himself, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Subscribe for free to the Supreme newsletter by clicking the link below. Throughout the week, you'll receive rare teachings of Master Farad Muhammad, timely guidance from Allah and His Messenger on current events, early access to exclusive content, and much more. Click the link below at alongconpublications.com. Without further ado, Let's begin. Allah came to us from the holy city Mecca, Arabia, in 1930. He used the name Wallace D. Farad, often signing it W.D. Farad. In the third year, 1933, he signed his name W.F. Muhammad, which stands for Wallace Farad Muhammad. He came alone. He began teaching us the knowledge of ourselves, of God and the devil, of the measurement of the earth, of other planets, and of the civilization of some of the planets other than Earth. He measured and weighed the earth and its water, the history of the moon, the history of the two nations, black and white, that dominate the earth. He gave the exact birth of the white race, the name of their God who made them and how, and the end of their time, the judgment, how it will begin and end. He taught us the truth of how we were made slaves and how we are kept in slavery by the slave master's children. He declared the doom of America for her evils to us was past due, and that she is number one to be destroyed. Her judgment could not take place until we hear the truth. He declared that we were without the knowledge of self or anyone else, how we had been made blind, deaf, and dumb by this white race of people, and how we must return to our people, our God, and his religion of peace, Islam, the religion of the prophets. We must give up the slave names of our slave masters and accept the name of Allah, God, or one of his divine attributes.
After they had wrote the letter to Master Farad Muhammad, we would okay it, and he would tell us what to do to change the last name into X. That is, after the letter has been okayed, we would give to this lost found brother or sister a form which is called the lost found form. And that form would tell him how he must do in order to receive this X. He had to go to 9 labels in the temple. There was 9 labors that this brother or sister had to face and answer questions that they would ask the lost brother or the lost sister. And after they had filled the form, answer all the questions that was asked them by these 9 laborers, why they was then sufficient to be called by the name X. They had the X then, and that X would last them until they receive a name from Master Farad. And by using the name X, we would register them in a book under the name X until he received his holy name from Master Farad Muhammad.
I graded letters, which everyone has to write for a holy name, helped those who could hardly write by taking their hand and guiding it, giving them writing exercises until they could write on their own.
When he made the form for the lost found brother, lost found sister to become a member in the Nation of Islam or reclaim his own, we are not actually people that become a member of the Nation of Islam. We're not like that. We are a people that only reclaims our own, and when we reclaim it, that means that we one time was a Muslim before that we came to America. So today at his coming, Master Farad Muhammad I'm speaking of, he give to us the name so that we could reclaim our own, which is Islam. That is the way that he would tell us to reclaim their own. Like on the form reads these words, we the undersigned laborers of the nation of Islam, we the undersigned laborers, witness for said, so-and-so is the lost found brother, desiring to reclaim his own. And we had to sign for him, because that's the only way he could come into the nation of Islam at that time. So we had to do this. We was assigned to it by Master Farad Muhammad, and all of the labors according to the post that they held in the nation of Islam was signed at the place that his name appears, his post appears. He had to sign there. If these didn't sign the form, the lost found brother's letter was not any good. Although it was okay, but it wouldn't be any good to become, he couldn't become a Muslim, he couldn't be in the nation, because the officials didn't pass him, he didn't pass by them.
In the English, the Arabic was in reading, and the English was in blacking.
Mm-hmm.
And it said on there down at the bottom, if the bearer of that card was ever found other than his or herself, they were subject to chastisement.
Right.
Now we had ID cards, and the ID card, which means identification cards, we had those that was given to us by Master Farad Muhammad. And we had to live up to them. If not, out of the temple we would go. And the same thing the messenger Elijah Muhammad kept up. He did not disuse or misuse anything that I know of while I was secretary in the Nation of Islam and he was alive. He did not discount nothing. Some things that people might think that he did, but he did not. He used it in the manner that was given by Master Farad Muhammad to the secretaries.
He said to me, he says, John? I said, yes, sir. He says, don't be so hard on the people writing for their name. So don't be so hard on them now. Whosoever write for a name, he said, okay them. Okay their letters. So that they can get their name. And then you have them registered on the book. Minister John was the registrar. My brother John there.
Right.
And I did so, as I was told. I was the first teacher to teach a class in the temple at 3408 Hastings Street as the school. I was the first one. When I went to teachers meeting, Kalak carried me. He come to the house and he got me, he says, the brother wants to see you. We called him Brother Farad at that time. Brother Farad wants to see you. He says, I said, yes. He said, yeah. So I'll come for you. I got in a little rig and we went on down to his house. And he told me, he says, when you go to school, after it is announced for them to come to the school, you will be the first teacher there because they don't know how to write the name. And what you write, what you teach them is how to write the letter to get their names. That's the way you start. I did what he said until I had 13 teachers and I was the principal of them. I did what he said. I didn't know nothing else to do. When you obey your leader that is before you, you'll be successful. Man, oh man, I used to see Master Farad and the messenger be giving out names. Brother, they'll be giving names for a long time, man. The people be hooping and hollering. Yeah, I seen a sister, she just said, yes, yes, I got it now. Hundreds of them, they had to write letters for their name. And hundreds of them, I taught them how to write for their name, and because they couldn't write. Then I okayed the letter to Master Farad, and he looks it over. After I have all of the names on paper, he looks it over, and about a couple of days later, I get all of those names back from him. That's where I learned most of this at, giving the name. There was a man, I have to tell this, there was a man once, his name was John Rahman. And I picked up his card, I thought I could call his name, you know. I picked up the card, man, I called him John Ragman. So they all looked at me, and the messenger standing up there, he stopped me too when I called that name wrong that way. He said, sit down. Yeah, I had to sit down. So that night he told me, he says, study them first before that you pick them up. So because you may not can pronounce them all right. I started studying all the names that I would hear there, and I started studying all of them until I got so I could handle them very well. Now, if you're ashamed to join now or reclaim now, see the secretary after we dismiss. And then if you want to go off the side, you can step off the side with her and she'll write you a card like that.
That's right.
See. But you know, I'll tell you what, it's not good to step aside to reclaim your own. It's not that we don't have the little card up here, I guess. It's not good to do that. You know this man, Bradby, used to be a preacher, his son's pastor of the Second Baptist Church downtown. I don't know, is he James Bradby or some of them? His father was a preacher. When Master Farad was here in the 30s, he wrote a letter to Master Farad and told him to bring him his name on a card and come to the back door of the church and he'd get it. Master Farad got up before us and read the letter and asked us, did we know who he was, you know. And he says, no. He says, with me, you have to come just like you. That's right. All have to bow to the one God.
That's right. That's right. Yes,
We don't go behind closed doors to give you a name with your flag on it. No. Allah didn't go behind closed doors when he said to the sun, come out here. Star, come on out here. move. Go on out there. You can go behind closed doors. Master Farad said, I am going to set up a school so that you can learn how to read and write, mathematics, and your history. That's just what he said. Before the school was organized, before it was set up. And he did it himself. He did it. We did what he said to.
There is an educational department set up by Prophet Farad, which is superior to all literary training ever known in America. It has in its scope the qualities that create a higher mental state for those that pursue such education. We have among us old brothers and sisters that actually did not know how to add 4 plus 4, so deprived were they of their training, and so illiterate were they made by the devil that it would seem impossible to make such headway in teaching them. But Prophet Farad, the Holy One of Arabia, prophesied to come in these last days, has really come and set up such a university, and has chosen such teachers that both the old and young have been able to absorb knowledge far advanced of the present civilization. These people have been trained by Prophet Farad to compute the distance between one planet and another. They can tell how many planets are inhabited and the names of them, the distance from the sun and their periodic time in days, hours, or seconds. The same ones also can estimate every square inch of their home, which is the whole planet Earth. Ask one of these pupils the definition of the atom, and he will tell you of its reality and how Prophet Farad cracked one, even though it was so small that 10,000 of them placed upon the point of a needle cannot be seen through a powerful microscope. Yet he was able to split one atom into 10 million parts. Such knowledge surpasses the understanding of the average human being of this era. Not only have the principles of higher mathematics been taught, but many other sciences too, numerous to mention. There are 12 courses included in Prophet Farad's university, which at this juncture I shall not go into detail to name, but one would not wonder why the pupils of this university are so alert and active after gaining only an insight to these subjects. The pupils are active and energetic in spite of the advanced years of many of them. They are quick and spry as in youth, and the mental qualities of many are so acute and precise that they know just how to handle a situation on the spur of the moment without long study. Indeed, Prophet Farad has trained them how to recognize a person from far distance, even if only seen once. This is not the achievement of all, but it has been acquired by some already. The children also are far more advanced than the adults, and have made much greater headway than the adults, their minds being naturally younger and more flexible. We shall cut short this treatise at this time, and in another article soon we shall go further into details concerning the life and teaching of Prophet Farad.
Master Farad told me when I was teaching, he said, you take all of the students that cannot read or write, they're yours. Well, the school got so big with people like that, I had to get some more teachers. Then we went to Chicago to visit with Master Farad, and he says to me, how's your class? I said, they're doing fine. He says, you don't have to be there all the time teaching now. You got 13 teachers. I said, yes, sir, but I wants to be there. He said, well, that's the way it is with a teacher. They wants to be there all the time. He says, teach them all you know. He said, teach them everything that you know. Don't leave out nothing. Give them all they can stand. I said, thank you, sir. I will do it.
Before the fun, he would always have laborers and teachers meetings. These meetings were very essential because we were being trained how to care for the concerns of the students and the believers. the proper way to grade lessons, reports made concerning the temple affairs, and believers. I have many skills and held every position available, from reformer, one who changes, establishes, puts in place that which is needed to bring about growth and advancement, secretary, treasurer, and personal secretary to Master W.D. Farad. Also, to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the first typist. I was the fastest typist in my high school class, 95 words per minute with 98% accuracy. All literature, letters, lessons, problem book, facts, etc. I converted from longhand into typing. Of the 9 first laborers chosen by Master W.D. Farad, I was the only female laborer. I graded letters, which everyone has to write for a holy name, helped those who could hardly write by taking their hand and guiding it, giving them writing exercises until they could write on their own. I set up the women's class, MGT, and GCC, was captain over it and advanced to instructor over it by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to train and instruct other captains. Temple secretary, advanced to instructor by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to train others in the position. In most positions, I was the first and became instructor over them. Most of the time, I held 2 positions at the same time. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad would send various workers in the community to me for instruction or clarification, which many times would include ministers because I knew the work from the beginning when the nation first started.
I was quite young at the time. I was only 13. But anyway, her title was reformer. But that meant she was just a glorified secretary.
Yes.
And John was the secretary of the temple, period.
When I was secretary in the Nation of Islam for about 2 years and a half, I was secretary, and I did my work.
Yes, sir.
I did it like I was told to do. And I got good credit for doing so, while some of the rest did not do it and did not get good credit for it. But I got good credit from Master Farad, and I was jealous of the other one around me. That's right, I was. I have thought my own self that he don't care much about me. He talk about the others. I'll be sitting there in the teacher's class and whatnot in the meeting. He'll be talking about how the others do. And so one night he was showing us about cube root, extracting cube root. And he said, now when I go wrong, he said, you tell me so that I'll know that you know it. So he went wrong on purpose. He went wrong. I hollered. Now he was the one that taught me square root. Devil's teacher didn't teach me square root. He taught it to me.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was cube root, excuse me. He taught it to me and told me how to keep myself up with it. So I hollered. I said, you wrong. He looked at me. Now I'm the student. Now he had taught, you see. And he got the teachers and I said, you wrong. He looked at me. He said, I ain't talking to you. Said to myself, dog, now here he is making me feel bad again. But it was good for me.
Yes, sir.
To see today what I'm up against.
That's right.
I say, you wrong. He said, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. He said, if they knowed me like you did, it wouldn't be no need of me being here.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know what that meant. Yes, sir, you're right. I know now.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I know
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
I had faith in him.
Yes, sir.
I believed in him. I wanted to be with him.
Yes, sir.
When I first heard him say white folks was devils, boy, oh boy, that lit a light all over my house. Yeah, because I had experienced so much of it.
Yes, sir.
Myself, I love this. And I always wanted to teach like he taught. And after the messenger became the messenger, I wanted to teach like him.
Yes, sir.
So I got both of them now.
That's right. That's right.
The Mahdi is a world traveler. He told me that he had traveled the world over and that he had visited North America for 20 years before making himself known to us, his people, whom he came for. He had visited the Isle of the Pacific, Japan, China, Canada, Alaska, the North Pole, India, Pakistan, all of the Near East, and Africa. He had studied the wildlife in the jungles of Africa and learned the language of the birds. He could speak 16 languages and could write 10 of them. He visited every inhabited place on the earth and had pictured and extracted the language of the people on Mars and had a knowledge of all life in the universe. He could recite by heart the histories of the world as far back as 150,000 years and knew the beginning and end of all things.
He taught us that he was born in Mecca, Arabia, and that he had come in and out of this country for about 20 years before ever that he made himself known to us. He had studied, he says, out here, or rather he had enrolled in the California University there, and he lived with the white family out there, he says, while he was going to the University of California. How long he went to this university, I don't know. But he says to me that he did go to this university and enroll there. And other universities he mentioned to me. And finally he told me this, that he had studied every educational systems of the civilized world. And that he could speak and, well, speak 16 languages and write 10 of them.
Master Farad told us that he had a teacher and he went to school. He went to 4 schools here in America, 4 universities.
Well, with him for 3 years, night and day. I didn't do anything, and he didn't allow me to do anything. He taught me for 3 years, night and day, 7 days a week. I mean, I was confined. I was jailed almost. I had no chance to do anything but just to listen to him and learn. And so that's right. And he would carry me out of the city sometimes in his little Chevrolet coupe, and we would sit out there sometime 2 or 3 hours at night, and he would talk to me about the stars and planets and how long this was making and whatnot.
And our fathers, being the maker, black man, he created the heavens, earth, and the universe. and all that is in them, and all that's under them, and all that's around them. He created them himself. This earth is the first one that he got. This earth here that we live on is older than any other planet. That's why you're on this planet. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a little of your February history, just a little bit of it. You're on this planet. How do the people look on the other planets? We don't know. But the God on our planet knows. He talked to them, he says.
That's right.
I have heard Master Farad Muhammad say that he talked to people on other planets.
Listen.
When he gave us the problem book, he told us that day, sitting down in the hotel on State Street in Chicago, he said, all of these planets that I have given to you here, except the sun and the moon, are inhabiting planets. And he had talked with people on Mars and Venus and Jupiter, and tuned in on people as far away as planet Platoon, which we call Pluto, and find out they're making.
I studied that then. From what he gave to me to study, he gave to me a Holy Quran in Arab, and I couldn't read it. So then he goes and gets me a Holy Quran in Arabic and English. And so I taken this book and I studied it from what he lined me up with. He gave me a copy of Texas and places and other books. He gave to me the names of 104 books that is in the Congressional Library in Washington. And I studied them for 7 years. They're up and down the East Coast. And I have the Quran that he gave to me, given about 2/3 of it to study. The other third, he said, didn't amount to anything because that would be probably in some other man's time and not our time, and we shouldn't be worried about what the other fellow have to do. Let him worry over that.
When Allah come, he say, I come for my babies. And he was his baby and still his babies.
That's right.
Because we didn't know nothing, not a damn thing. Pardon me for saying that. Not nothing before he come. We were just out there a walking spook. That's all.
That sheep, that lost sheep, he says, is my sheep. I am its shepherd. I am here to find him. That's what was said when Master Farad Muhammad came in this country. I've come, I have came here looking for my sheep. Now don't think about just one. It means all of us. Because he said, 60 years hence of my coming, we learn about you. Huh? We heard about you. Huh? So he boarded a ship and came here by himself. He didn't need nobody to come with him. Think about one man coming facing a disgraceful skunk.
ungrateful race of devils that all they have in the minds is murdering, killing, stealing, robbing, and taking possession of what they want. Would you make war that would shed blood? That was asked him. The angel asked that question to one of our brothers, right? By the name of Yacob.
According to the teaching of Prophet Fard Muhammad, the original black man has no birth record. He has been on earth trillions of years. He has no beginning nor ending. But the Caucasian, white race, started in the year 8400, when Mr. Yacob formed the idea in his mind of how to take an original man and woman and graft a white devil to torment the original nation. He is known in the Bible as John the Revelator.
When Master Fard Muhammad taught us the history of white people, he had to teach the history of black people. When he taught the history of black people, he had to teach the history of the devil. He said to us, while he would teach of the devils being made by a black man named Yacob 6,000 years ago, he says, I must tell you first your history. I have to go back to year 1 in the 25,000 year cycle in order to make you to know what I'm going to tell in this 6,000 years. I have to make you to know that you're the first and you will be the last.
All of this knowledge, and the knowledge of the father of this race of people, and the time they spend in the caves and hillsides of Europe, and how they make trouble among our own people after they were made and exiled. All of that was made thoroughly clear to us. It takes at least 6 hours just to tell what he gave us, because I tried it time and time again. It took me 6 hours all the time. He used to teach us 6 hours. In fact, the basic part of his teachings was the history of our people, their freedom, superiority, and their civilization before they have been enslaved by the devil.
The first big congregation at number 2 Illinois, I was there, stood on the door at a devil's church in Chicago.
One night, Master Farad Muhammad, he gave a history that we call the 6,000-year history, Yacob's history. I stood on post at the door from 8 o'clock in the evening until 5 the next morning, until that I found out, and did it often, until I found out that I should know that history myself. And by hearing him give it, and hearing the messenger after him, then I got so I could repeat that same history for 6 hours.
They know they are dogs. They know they are the devil. In 1932, or the first of 1933, Master Farad Muhammad brought a devil into the temple of Islam and set him on the rostrum. Then he asked him, he said, "Not you the devil?" He said, "Yeah." And now hundreds of people sitting there listening at it. Make him prove himself right there before you and me.
That's right.
Oh, he paid him to do that. I don't think Master Farad would pay him, because he didn't never call white people white people. He always called them devils.
That's right. Right. That's right.
And here comes some poor little weaselly black man who don't know nothing about nothing.
That's right.
If you had a dog, you wouldn't know the dog's name.
That's right.
Yeah, they come jumping up talking about Master Farad. He didn't know what he was doing. He was a trickster, coming to beat people out of money and whatnot, so he could go back to Asia, go back to Mecca, Arabia. All right, let's see, what did you have when Master Farad was here? So he could trick you out of some money. He himself rented the temple and sold his car to pay the rent of the temple. And when he left here, he didn't have nothing.
Listen.
How do you know, John, I was secretary? I know what they give.
Yes, sir. That's right.
A lot of other people walking around here talking about how good the Jews is.
Right.
And the Jews, the man that made you a slave.
That's right.
Master Farad Muhammad said that all white folks are Jews.
Yes, sir.
All of them.
Yes, sir.
He said all white folks is devils.
Yes, sir.
Then when he got to the best part of it, I would say, he said, these Arabs around here, leave them out of your temple. Don't let them come in.
Right.
That's right. I heard him say it. Listening right in his mouth when he said, don't you let them come in the temple. Messenger let 2 come in the temple, and Master Farad Muhammad give him hell about it.
Yes, sir.
That's right. I was there when he gave him hell about it. Why did you let them in? Told us, you go back to the temple, Kalat, you tell them to stay away. And Kalat told them, say, you can't come no more, he don't want you here. Why he didn't want them there, and they said they was Muslim. And they was Arabs out from a country that Muhammad came to them 1,400 years ago. Now why you don't want us here? And when you say you was born in Mecca, Arabia, and Arabs all around there.
Yes, sir.
How is it now you don't want us here? No, I don't. Because the earth belongs to the righteous.
Yes, sir.
This religion here is to be taught only to the lost found man.
Yes, sir. That's right.
White folks, stay out. Stay away.
Yes, sir.
Only way a white man today can become in a Muslim society and stay in there, he's got to submit himself black.
That's right.
He can't come in there saying, I'm a white man. He got to say, I'm a black man. He got to tell his own people that.
That's right.
I am a black man. He asked him, say, who are you? He got to say, I'm a black man. He better not say he's a white man. No, off goes his head.
That's right.
I ain't lying to you. No.
Yes, sir.
Allah has taught me that the Christian God cannot be seen. Allah is the living God on earth. I have on several occasions in the Islam temple introduced Muhammad as the Savior or the Supreme Being, because he is the creator of all things, and God is W.D. Farad. On the blackboard, I have seen picture of an American flag with a colored man hanging underneath it. I have also seen the flag of Islam, which consists of the sun, the moon, and the stars, but its true meanings has not been explained to me. I have also seen on the blackboard picture of a wheel or an object resembling a wheel with bombs dropping on the earth beneath and airplanes flying. I believe that this is to depict what the other man is going to do, so that we will know what the other man intends when he comes against us. Allah has taught that the blueprints of a plane which carried bombs was given to the Japanese from the holy city of Mecca, and that these blueprints had been there for thousands of years.
They build the plane on the Nipponese island. A man-made planet.
Since 1914, which was the end of the time given to the devils to rule the original people, man has been preparing for a final showdown in the skies.
No country, no people, nobody is to fight this battle but God.
Ezekiel looked up at us and he said, oh, we'll free.
The people wants to destroy this devil so bad until in 1928 we finished building Mother's Plain. It's right up over our heads right now.
It is spoken by Master Farad Muhammad, saying that he was going to burn up all of the devils. He said to our class, in teacher's class, when I was teaching school in the University of Islam, he says, brother, he says, I am going to burn every last one of them. He says, I seen myself pushing Rockefeller and Ford into the fire when I was 6 years old. That's what he said to us.
He said that when he was 6 years old, he had a dream that he overthrew all the riches of the white people, as he always called them as devils. Then he looked at me and said, look, Brother Elijah, I see my dream is becoming true. You know I am not a dream believer, but there are some truth in it. And that is one I believe, and I know it is coming to be true. I am just going to burn them all, and I will not save not one of them. I am going to gather them wherever they are and bring them here and burn them right here in America.
He said Detroit was the most wicked city in America.
This place will be the one that the Bible refers to as a lake of fire.
God don't care who he destroys when he get ready to destroy a nation of people. He destroys those that is with the wicked.
He don't want us to fight because you haven't got nothing to fight with. You got to depend upon the wise of the scientists
who knows how to fight by science.
There will be plenty of blood shed. Plenty of it.
There's a man that I know by the name of Allah says that he's able to knock down all the cave with one blow.
My dearest laborers, just a few lines to let you know that I have been regularly receiving reports of your 100% labor, which pleased me, and the whole 4,400,000,000. I am so happy, and I am so proud of you. At time I feel so happy, thinking I could alone knock down all the KV in the wilderness of North America, who have robbed and poisoned my uncles. I wish to express a very important desire, and that is all you laborers, to do your duty 100% to the satisfaction of your superior. And all you teachers must wear smiles and give your pupil the best that is in you, which is a rapid method of advanced knowledge. Give your pupil all he or she can stand. I will be more happy if I could only hear from each of you personally telling me that you have received this message and will be 100% yourself. Best wishes to all. From your brother, W.D. Farad.